Hey guys, my name is Salem Soni, and I wanted to shoot this video for you guys to kind of get a chance to know me better, who I am, and what I stand for. In the past few months, really at the beginning of 2015 to now, I got a chance to connect with a variety of people, whether it might be through social media or whatever platform you're watching this on. And often enough, I was looking back through some of my old stuff as I was kind of like relocating, moving. And as I was looking through some of my old stuff, I found this shirt that I'm wearing right now. And this shirt dates back to my time at the Penn State York campus when I was studying for my undergraduate degree. And as in the process of that, being involved in student government and other things on campus, I got a chance to be involved in student government as well. And, due to different situation and things that had to happen, I was put in a position where I had to run for a leadership position within student government, and ran for the vice president position. The reason why the shirt is so symbolic to me really making this video today is because it speaks volume to the courage that it took to run for this position, because at the time, due to previous things that were done in the past, this position or the organization itself wasn't looked at with the best light, or at least there was a lot of misunderstanding. So I know, but that it just wasn't like a walk in the park kind of thing to run for this position. So I just thought that it was really fitting that I would go and wear this shirt for you guys to hear me today, because it also takes a little bit of courage for you to come out and let people in on your life and who you are. And I really wanted you guys to be part of me and understand really who I am today, because often enough, we live in a society with so much facades of what people want to be, and people sometimes put a Photoshop version of themselves out there so that they can be accepted, or they do so for the likes, or they do so for the recognition of what people may give them. And that is not my desire at all. So that's why I wanted you guys to kind of get a real perspective of who I am. My story really dates back. I was born in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And also that might be why some of you guys can detect a slight accent in my voice. So the Democratic Republic of the Congo is right in the middle of Africa. I was originally brought up speaking French, speaking Lingala. Those were two of the major languages in the capital city where I resided. So English is actually not my second language, nor my first. So it's actually my third language, really. And also there's other languages that, I got to learn as I grew up and hearing from my dad and my mom's side. My time in the Congo was amazing. So I grew up in a minister's home. Ministers meaning in ministry of the gospel. So I grew up a pastor's kid. I usually tell people just kiddingly that I haven't missed really a Sunday since I was a kid. I've missed more Sundays during my college time than I've missed any time before that. This doesn't mean that I didn't go to church on Sundays, but it just means that there were more times where things conflicted with my schedule to go to church during my college career than I had done for the 20-some years before that. So my purpose for you guys to know that story is it leads on a little bit to the person I became. So I got to know Christ. I got to understand really the culture and the environment that comes with following him and being around other believers. At the age of 9, in September 2001, I gave my life to Christ. I was really young. I was 9 years old, and I decided to really go ahead and dedicate who I was to God. I wasn't sure if I completely understood what I was doing at the time, but I knew that there was definitely a pulling. It wasn't something I was told to do. It was completely the decision of my own. From that day, I believe God came to me and he accepted me as part of this family. Times, from there, my relationship with God grew. God invested more into the church. I got invested more into like family. to be honest, quite at the age of 10 or 11, you don't really do much. I mean, you just do the other things that other 10-year-old kids do. Some people thought that, I would stay home and read Bible verses all day. No, I was a kid. And to be quite frankly honest, when I was young, I was that kid that would, just create havoc in the home, or I would be the most competitive of all my friends. So yeah, I was that kid. But my time in Africa was great. But due to some unfortunate turn of events, I was cut short. I was forced to leave the Congo, and my whole family was forced to leave the Congo due to some unfortunate event that had happened. And then we moved to the United States. So after moving to the United States in 2005, my life really changed, to say the least. From entering a new culture, a new language, a new mindset, and coming in so young, I didn't quite understand really if I would fit in. I remember my early years were rather challenging because, one, you had to learn how to speak the language, which I had never spoken before. I always tell people kiddingly that one of the very first words that I learned the word restroom, and I learned that at the airport because I had to go to the bathroom because the flight from the Congo here is about a 13 or so 8 to 13 hour flight. So it was a long flight, and I definitely had to ask my mom. I'm like, Mom, what's the word? If I want to go to the bathroom, it's just like, you guys say restroom, and I learned that word at the airport. So going through, coming here, going through the middle school process, going through the school system, that was really the place where I found many of the early challenges. I got bullied. Those were not the funnest day. Those were not the best days, but I've learned. That's why I'm wholeheartedly against bullying. In the midst of that, I got to definitely learn a lot of lessons about life and about people's intentions. And sometimes some people may hurt you as an expression of how they feel about themselves. But trust me, the story gets better. Going through those tough times, there were definitely some family members, there were definitely people around me that were able to help and uplift us. There were definitely a family that embraced us as we came, help us get acclimated as we stayed in the state. So my evolution continued to grow. Then the family moved. We relocated to a different state here in the U.S. We went to the state of Pennsylvania. Never heard of Pennsylvania before. Heard of Philadelphia before, but never heard of the state of Pennsylvania before. So when we came, Amish country, snow, never really seen snow to that magnitude before, never really seen snow with the magnitude that I experienced when I was here. So that was definitely something that was definitely new to me. So I still remember those days, coming in and having like 3 to 4 inches, almost a foot of snow, and you're still going to class. And I was like, man, it's crazy. But God had his will and his way. I'm really tight with the family, so as a family, as a unit, we really stayed close. God had a big plan for us. In 2011, in April 1st, actually 2011, I rededicated my life 10 years later, basically, to God, that I would live intentionally for Him. And from that day, really, God had wrecked my life for me to be more serious about what He wanted out of me. And that's really when I started to get a chance to really try to impact a lot of people. I had the privilege to experience genuine love, and got a chance to meet a great person. So I got to experience what people say, fell in love. Definitely, God was really in the midst of that. Things didn't turn out in the end as expected, but I have nothing but great things to say about that. I'm always saying that I'm fortunate that I at least I got to say that I know what it feels to be in love. And God, in the end, I now have a little bit of a glimpse of how he feels about me because of how I felt about somebody else. But in the midst of that, went out to finish the high school, went through my college years, and man, going to Penn State University, like my shirt may say, I never really had been to a large institution such as Penn State, and Penn State was something else. I got a chance to really grow my faith there because it was so challenged going to a university where God is not necessarily at the a stole. Some people may refer to it as a secular university. But I got a chance to also meet a lot of great people. College is always a great place for you to get exposure. So that was really something that I tremendously cherish. I got a chance to meet some great friends, people that we even continued our friendship past the college years. And I think it was part of God's plan, the big plan. And I got to really see God in action, and I think that's one of the biggest things I want people to really kind of experience and know a little bit about me. The reason why I'm so driven and my passion for Christ is so strong is because I've seen what God can do. I've seen what He's done in my life and the life of many people, that I've experienced way too much of God to deny Him. And to be honest with you, God is too good, too big, too complex to be explained. You just have to experience Him. And that's really my desire for you, that you get a chance to experience Him. I have. And what a love that is. I remember there were times where things were difficult. I know often enough I got a chance to really speak to many people, and I got a chance, God humbly opened doors for me to go travel some parts of the world. I've been to Ireland, I've been to Canada, I've been to different places to speak. I've been to different places also around the States to present the gospel of God. But in the midst of that, often enough people see me from afar and think that, everything is perfect and that my life is, just, I guess, flowers and roses. But it's not always like that. There were challenges, there were times that were difficult, because I feel that in the end, God wants you to trust Him. God wants you to get to a point where He's really the one that's at the forefront and at the base of everything that you do. Are you intentionally living out to Him? Because He gives more than anything that you can try to acquire by yourself. Trust me, I did. For a long time, I was really always upset to the fact that, growing up in a home where, due to the things that happened, being uprooted from the Congo and the family, and the comfort lifestyle that was there, to coming up here and struggling. I really got to a point where I was really chasing after money, because I thought that would give me the comfort that I was looking for. Sometimes I got a chance to really get a taste of money, get a taste of a little bit of what that can bring, and still felt a lot of emptiness out of that. Chased it after the appreciation and after I chased after the I guess fame, you could say, trying to just get a lot of followers and people following me. And I realized that was just as empty as possible. I thought that knowing a lot of people made you really feel like you had a lot of friends, but that's not always the case, because friends are not just numbers, but there are people that you live life with. And I realized that building deep relationships were more important than building many relationships. I really got to understand and know God in a more deeper level. And now I'm in a stage of my life today where all I want to do is help many other people get to know this Jesus. This is the guy that I'm talking about. Jesus, as He died on the cross for someone like me who, honestly, to be honest with you guys, I don't deserve Him. People may have a perception of who I am, but I know who I am and the things that I've gone through and the struggles that I went through. And the fact that a God loved me in spite of that alone humbles me enough to just say, man, God, I thank you because you're so good. I hope you get a chance to really experience that. I hope you do. There's nothing like that. But so to kind of move forward, there's a lot of great things that God has in store and planned. There's a lot of things that I'm planning to get done. And I just invite you guys to come on this journey. Often enough I put some videos, and I am the founder and the visionary behind the Amazing Love Movement. The Amazing Love Movement was birthed out of a desire for us to express love to others just as much as God has expressed love to us. And so it was rooted out of a Bible verse that speaks that as Christ loved the world and loves the church, it's our duty to also love others. And that was really something that I wanted to express to as many people as possible, for them to realize that it is because of the love of God that He came and died on the cross and laid down His life so that we may be able to live ours. My goal is to really, moving forward, to impact a lot of people. But besides just the ministry round of things, I studied agricultural business back as my undergraduate and working towards my master's degree. I also am a big advocate of healthy food, healthy diet, and especially commodities, providing commodities to a lot of people. Being also an entrepreneur, a young entrepreneur, I have a lot of vision of doing a lot of work, from companies to different work that also instilled in me that I want to see done. So in the future, what does the future look like is really intentionally pushing the gospel forward while impacting the life of people on a day-to-day basis. That's really what I see God has in store for me. And I really want to be able to impact a lot of people around me as I go about doing that. It is really an honor, and it's really a pleasure for me to really get to know you. You may watch this video and say, well, we don't really know each other personally. Well, let's change that. Really get a hold to talk to me. I don't say that everybody that respond or like the comment or like this video or share this video, I'll get a chance to talk to you on a one-on-one basis. But I would love to. That's not something I want people to understand, that don't necessarily look for the fame. Don't necessarily look for being the most liked person out there. Because if you want to be the most liked person out there, then you're really not going to be you. You will have to conform to what other people want, because guess what? You can't satisfy the craving of everybody. You will lose yourself in the process. And I don't want to lose myself in the process, because God has loved me so much and created me the way I am. Then there's definitely something special in me, and there's also something special in you. You're God's very best project. You're the finest of His creation. Don't worry so much about other people's looks or the aesthetics of a person or someone else. You contain in you God's best project. I believe that. You need to believe that too. So in the near future, until there'll be more videos coming out, we'll be working on different projects where I might need your help. Definitely share this video. Let somebody else understand. The Salem Soni, or some people call me Salem Soni, is somebody who stands for something bigger than just himself. And through a lot of the things of the work that we do and the things that I'm associated with, my goal is to provide people with uplifting, great content, God-centered and God-driven things that can be able to give them something more out of life than just the mundane search for day to day. I want to be a role model for other people, but I know that it's not just the mere desire that would make that possible, but it's also the work that it takes, the integrity that comes with that. And I'm doing this, being vulnerable and open for you to know really that this is true, and this is the desire of my heart. I don't want to drag this video any longer than it should. This is probably the longest video I've ever done. But I really thought that it would be important for you guys to really get a chance to know who I am. That being said, be blessed. stay connected with me. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on YouTube as well. Just type in Salem Soni, SALEMSONI. For those who can see, it's also written there on my shirt. But definitely get a chance to look me up on multiple platforms. Working on my Instagram. I haven't made it down there yet. So we can just kind of stay connected on there. I've heard somebody say that with all the social media and everything that's happened, we're actually one of the most disconnected society ever. We're connected in terms of there's many means for you guys to really get in contact with a lot of people throughout the world, but are those connections really genuine? I want ours to be. That being said, I'll let you go. May God bless you. Never forget this. You're God's very best. This was yours truly. Take care.